Today's collectible spot, we are having a look at the Herocross Hybrid Metal Figuration number 26 Batman. More specifically, this is Batman from the Nolan Dark Knight trilogy. Batman comes presented here in a black box where hopefully the camera can pick it up. You can see the outlined impression of Batman's torso. As for the side of the box, we've got the Dark Knight Rises, and down below, Hybrid Metal Figuration number 26 Batman. Spin around the figure on the back. You're basically just getting the back of Batman's torso. Clever. I mean, there's no read up or anything like that. However, what you can do is open the flap on the inside, and you've got the poster. I've always loved this poster of the Dark Knight Rises with the city in ruins and rubble and debris making out the bat emblem. And then on the other side, you've got Batman with his multitude of different accessories, display stand, and more. Spot's going to take a break and get this opened up. When we come back, however, we're going to get a better look at the Herocross Hybrid Metal Figuration number 26 Batman. There's more heading your way, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Batman comes with a ton of accessories. Probably the first thing that we'll have a look at, though, is his display stand. Now, we've seen these display stands before. In fact, Herocross releases them with all their figures. It still has the 4 pegs that if you want to take the existing hands that Batman comes with, they will fit on there, although you do have to do a little bit of pressure applying to get the hands to sit into those pegs. You can fit all 4. Well, technically, Batman comes with 5 extra hands, so you can fit 4 of the hands there. Or what you can also do, too, is you can take all the hands, all the weapons. Unfortunately, this one doesn't quite fit, but you can take like the grapple gun, the batarang, and all the hands, and they can fit on the under compartment of the display stand. The display stand has the adjustable neck at the base, the midpoint, and the top area of the neck. This also rotates, and the waist clip opens and closes. Let's just take the hand out here, put that to the side. We'll revisit that in a second. We'll move the display stand out of the way. Okay, so let's have a look at Batman. Now this is Dark Knight Rises Batman, but ideally it could be Dark Knight Batman as well, because really the costume doesn't change all that much. Mostly black in color. There's a little bit of a shinier black that does a good enough job of breaking this up, as opposed to it just being all neutral matte black. The gold utility belt also looks pretty good. This is a separate piece because it will hide all the joints that I'll show you in a second when we look at his posability. His face, if you want to look at it as a very simplified version of Christian Bale, yeah, I can see it. I didn't realize Christian Bale's eyes were so green, but the cowl looks pretty good. He's got a cloth cape, which I love. I like that this is cloth. It's wireframed on the sides, so there's a wireframe here, and there's a wireframe here. On the underside, though, there is no wireframe, so you can adjust the cape, give it a little extra, a little extra finesse if you so wish. So that I like. Now, his default head is not this head. It's actually this head here. This is the head that he gets packaged with, although I just swapped it for the purpose of this review. Now, this is his, X-ray eyes. I don't recall, and it's been a bit since I've watched Dark Knight Rises, that he actually uses these eyes in that movie. Perhaps, actually, it's when he's using the EMP gun. Perhaps. But it does take batteries. It takes three, I was going to say button cell. Well, these are button cell batteries. It takes 3 in the back, and they give you an extra 2 batteries for the bat signal. I'll talk about that in a second. But you can switch it on. It doesn't light the eyes very well. I don't know if it's just simply a case. The light is bright enough, but it doesn't seem like it projects the light through the eyes as well as it should. You can take Batman's head, just sandwich it, there we go, and pop it off the neck ball joint. Then go ahead and slide it, and there's a little slot right there. There's a little ledge there. You want to make sure that that slides into it, and then, and actually we want to make sure we turn it on too. Turn it on, there we go. Slide this through and attach it, and it somewhat is successful. I mean, you can kind of see from the side it projects the light, but it doesn't project it as well as it probably should. That's one little nitpick I have about the figure. Not that I would necessarily display him with that. I would likely display him with this head, but I wish that the eyes just projected a little bit better than what they did. Maybe the batteries aren't strong enough, but you can see that the light is bright. But for some reason, it's just not triggering enough of the lens of the eyes. Just switch that off. And let's revisit Batman's original, or the default head, I suppose. We'll just put that right there. Problem number 2. And I guess it's a bigger problem. I mean, this face I would not likely display with him. The bat signal, on the other hand, looks good. It's heavy. Like this, the base has a good bit of weight to it. This is more hollow. It's supposed to project a light. There's a light actually right at the back there. They give you the batteries for it. They don't give you the screwdriver, which is fine. I had a screwdriver. The thing is, though, the battery compartment is not on the top. It's not on the side. It's not even on the base. The base would make no sense because the light really is residing here. To get to the battery compartment, you have to, I don't like this, you have to click this, and there is a screw right there. Now the bat signal can't really go any further than that, so you have to kind of get a screwdriver in there with your hand. And then to change the batteries, or to get the batteries in there, oh, I just don't like the sound of this. It stops to about there. Maybe you can get the batteries easier on this end of it, but it's very, very difficult. So much so, I couldn't actually get a screwdriver in there to put the batteries in. This would light up. Not crazy about where the battery compartment is, though. Don't think it should have been there. It should have been up at the top with like a plate, as easy as Batman. If this plate had just separated and then the battery compartment was in there rather than this. Especially not crazy about the clicking. Clicking sounds to me like it's breaking, but I mean, so far it's not broken, but I just don't like that. That is where, of all places, that's where I had to change the battery. So unfortunately, no batteries for the bat signal here, but bat signal looks good. Just wish it was a better place to light it up. So we'll put that right there. Other accessories that come include with Batman. He comes with his EMP gun. He only really, I think he only uses it for one scene. It's when he's chasing Bane's minions on the Bat Pod. Now, there is a peg on the backside of the EMP. I thought that there was a place on his utility belt or even on his back where this could have attached to, but it doesn't look like there is a place for that. The other accessories that he comes included with is the more familiar grapple gun. And he also comes with a batarang, just one singular batarang. To accommodate these, because obviously his hands currently can't hold squat, just want to pop the hand off. Pop the hand off. It's just on a ball joint. There we go. Being a little finicky today. And let's find a hand that will best suit Batman here. Now, through that, you might find that the little gauntlets here pop off. Just apply a little bit of pressure and get that back into place. Once you manage to get the hand back onto the ball joints, can be a little difficult, you can get Batman holding either his grapple gun, or again, you can have him wearing or holding the EMP gun, either or. Unfortunately, though, it can be a little problematic trying to get these hands at times on their ball joints. Some of the Herocross figures I found are easier than others, but ones that have the extra little pieces on their forearms that are loose, basically where they don't attach to anything, you know, you have to kind of hold it and then wiggle the wrist on in the process. There we go. In Batman's articulation, or with Batman's articulation, his head is on a ball joint. He's got a secondary ball joint also at the base of his neck. Hinge joints, shoulders, hinge joint in the shoulders, is a rotation and hinge. in the elbow, rotation in the bicep, or rotation in the wrist, I should say. Ball joint torso, ball joint legs, hinge in the knee, which also allows the lower leg to rotate. And he's also got the ball joint in the feet. Not a bad figure. I mean, it has some problems. More importantly, the light up eyes, not really a very successful effort. And I could not get the batteries changed at all on the bat signal. Other than that, I don't mind the figure. It's probably too late in the game to hope for this, but it would be nice to see Herocross's approach at a Bane or a Catwoman, also from Dark Knight Rises. But in the meantime, I do like Batman. Just wish the bat signal could have worked, unfortunately. Today's collectible spot, we were having a look at the Herocross, The Dark Knight Rises. This was hybrid metal figuration number 26, Batman. Oh, actually, that's classic Batman. Certainly, stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more collectible spots heading your way. As always, thanks for watching. See you next time.